Black Market Voices assisted in producing the show for no monetary gain with permission as a transformative work. All rights remain with their respective creators, and all effects were obtained legally. Please support the parent media and the original work. Cloud City by SSJTrinity. Read by Charliegolightly. Chapter 4. It's good. It's rougher than Arthur likes, and Yang insists on making all the decisions. Arthur is not permitted to change anything, to get on top, to change the pace. He is not given any choices. But after a while, he finds it pleasant just to let Yang have his way. It's good. Good enough that Arthur loses himself in it, which he was never able to do with Bella, and he really liked her, though they were never officially a thing. Maybe it's good because he's tired and doesn't want to make any more choices, and his clock is running down, and that adds an edge to everything that happens. Or maybe it's just good because it's good. It doesn't have to mean anything. And Arthur is drunk. He shouts a lot. Might have cried in there too. That was a lot of whiskey on an empty stomach. But he has no regrets. Before he finally sleeps, he thinks that it worked. He does feel more alive than he has in ages. And he thinks, maybe, that's why Hasta hadn't wanted him to do it. Waking next to Parker Yang is pretty weird, though. Hasta is silent, which is fine, because Arthur does not know what he'd say. He's not sure he would have done this without the alcohol. He's not sure he regrets it even with the alcohol. He's still feeling good, even though his mouth tastes like old socks. Parker is out, lips parted, eyes closed, dark lashes trembling on his cheeks as he dreams. And it's as Arthur studies him that he realizes his left eye is dead. It's completely black. Nothing. Like it's been plugged out. So fast. It's happening so fast. Any concern that last night's choice might have been rash or reactionary or unwise goes right out the window. Arthur goes to shower so he doesn't have to think anymore. Place is going to shit, he mutters as he kills 3 unidentified insects in the bathroom. When he returns, Parker is only just up, looking fuzzy as hell, staggering into the bathroom Arthur just vacated. Arthur leaves him there and heads nude to his office. It's time to check the damned leather bag. It's where he dropped it by the door. It doesn't look like Parker went through it. He carries it to the desk, smashes the weird little bug crawling there, then cautiously tips the bag over to see what falls out. 2 thunks and a jingle of smaller metal. That's what. A thick piece of glass, teardrop-shaped, larger than his hand and smooth. A grim-looking dagger, its blade black, its handle wrapped in strips of something dotted with small red spikes. And 5 metal rings. Arthur stares. What the fuck?
Well, hello there, Arthur Lester, investigator. I'd wonder where you'd gone.
What the fuck are these things, Hasta?
You disappeared sometime yesterday,
Says Hasta, who isn't fucking done.
I wondered if I'd ever see you again. Alas, that our perfect window for investigation has passed. Yet, the return of Arthur Lester, investigator, still bodes ill for our enemies, for there may yet be time.
Fuck's sake, Hasta. Grow up.
Only if you're done being a child.
What I just did wasn't exactly kid stuff, Arthur says, using a pen to poke the glass thing.
We did not heal your wounds last night, and they are inflamed. Will you permit a minor magic now, or are you still too afraid of the big bad wolf?
Arthur sighs. and puts the pen down. Haster.
I'm not your enemy.
I didn't say.
I have never been your enemy. We entered a contract like adults, with full knowledge of what was involved, and since that time, I have neither disrespected nor harmed you. I retain the right to be offended after what you said last night.
Had he hurt Haster's feelings? It makes him want to laugh. A mortal, spooky spirit servant of distant, unseen gods, hurt by Arthur's temper. No. Pointing that out would just get him huffier. I may have reacted from pain last night. From fear. Okay? I know you're new to this. You don't face what I'm facing, and you never will. You can't understand. It doesn't matter how much I still want the result or still think it's worth the trade. I'm afraid.
I understand, and I forgive you.
Haster sounds magnanimous as some lord, and Arthur has to fight not to laugh again. We're good? Terrific. You still haven't told me what's going on.
I can't with him here.
Haster.
Shh. He's finished his shower. Hide the glass. Hide the dagger. Now.
Unsure why he obeys, Arthur does, picking up a bag not ruined by water and monsters, and placing both objects inside, then dropping things from his desk on top of them. Some clean handkerchiefs, an old case file, 2 books. John, what's going on? Come on, you've got to give me something. You're acting like the world is going to blow up.
It won't blow up. It will go mad.
Arthur goes still. What? Like the jail? What about the jail? Says Parker, ambling nude out of the bedroom and yawning like a frog. So, now was when they discovered if it would be awkward or not. Arthur steels himself. Hey. Parker waves casually. Hey, you said coffee? Sure. There. You know how to make it? Parker gives him a dry look and heads toward the kitchenette. Okay, so it wouldn't be awkward. Nice. What about the jail? Says Parker again, opening cabinets to find coffee grounds. John claims that whatever struck the jail is going to strike again. He seems to have some idea what it is, but he's also having trouble fucking explaining it. Huh, says Parker, pouring water. Oh, that makes sense. Why? He's just a summon. What happened at the jail is outside what a summon can do. He may have encountered something like it before, but whatever this thing is, it's in a different league than him. Parker leans on the counter, while the coffee percolates behind him. He's backlit by the morning light, bronzed against the window, starkly outlined against Arthur's shabby counter. He looks like art. Arthur can't help his gaze roaming. This wasn't the first time it showed its ugly mug, either, Parker says, as the smell of coffee blooms. Arthur's eyes go wide. What? It's happened before. What happened yesterday? 3 times. A group of people all went mad and killed each other. That's what happened at the jail? Yeah. It's a problem. A big one. I shouldn't be telling you this, but the witches are scared. You're kidding. I'm not. Parker turns and pours them both coffee. Every time it's happened, the victims all died chanting. Chanting what? I've poured over it so many times I have it fucking memorized. They were chanting, terrible simplicity, irresistible truth. The king in yellow comes. Don't suppose you know what the fuck that means. Arthur shuddered from scalp to toes. And he doesn't know why. He's never heard the name before, nor the chant, but it is not a safe thing to say. He knows. Parker sighs, bringing over their mug. Yeah, that's everyone's reaction. Nobody likes it. Who the fuck is the king in yellow? Most we can get is the witches know the name, but they won't repeat it, and won't get involved. I wasn't kidding. They're scared. Shit. Arthur has never seen a witch scared. Though, that one did get overpowered yesterday, when the witch paint was put down. So what's all this? Parker says, gesturing at the desk as he walks around it. And Arthur makes a snap decision. Spare rings. Last one I've got. As if he could afford to have spare rings. Right. You said yours broke. They did. Ran into some trouble near the waist. John and I managed, but it cost me. Arthur sighs, looking at his hand. One ring remains. Every popped ring was a moment when Haster's power surging through him could have harmed his human body. He'd have lost a lot more than one hand and one eye yesterday if not for them. The ones on the desk haven't been attuned to him, so it means nothing beyond deception. He starts putting them on anyway. 3 empty fingers on the right hand, 2 fingers on his left. Your summon really pulled out the stops yesterday, huh? Told you. When we're on a case, he's like a dog with a bone. Sometimes I think the reason he took my contract was so he could play detective. Haster scoffs. Parker steps right up behind him, puts his coffee on the desk, and reaches around to grip Arthur, his hand warmed by his mug. Hey, what? Arthur forgets how to talk. Thinking about you for 5 fucking years. I'm having this, says Parker, and lightly bites the juncture of neck and shoulder. Arthur makes a sound. We don't have time. Yeah, we do. Arthur closes his eyes and makes no more protests. Parker holds him from behind, bites marks into his skin, and works him until Arthur's legs shake, and he makes a mess in Parker's hand. And if Arthur, on his knees a moment later, catches an odd look, a strange expression cast down from on high, as though Parker wants him kneeling even more than he wants what he is kneeling for. So what? They've been at each other's throats for years now, and everybody's got kinks. Haster, fortunately, stays quiet until it's all done. The coffee isn't even cold. Told you we had time, says Parker, smug as fuck. Sure, says Arthur, who needs a minute. Parker downs his caffeine. I want you with me today. What? With me, on the case. You're a material witness, at least. Arthur's mouth works. I can't. I've got my own case to pursue. I want you where I can keep an eye on you. If we have to do that with cuffs and a warrant, we will. Fuck, that's some pillow talk. I don't see any pillows, Parker says, dead serious. Don't try to skip out. We're doing this. He heads off to grab his clothes.
Ditch him. We need to go.
Arthur squashes another bug. Do you want a citywide manhunt? Because that's how you get a citywide manhunt.
And you want to know why I find him suspicious. His timing is too convenient.
Timing for what? John, come on. You haven't even told me what this is about. I could accept that you didn't betray me, exactly, but you're still asking me to run in the dark. A thought crosses his mind. Don't suppose you know who the King in Yellow is?
I do.
What? You do? Who? What is he?
An esoteric. A true god.
Haster says.
Mighty. Ancient and wise. He goes by many names.
Really? Still a little shaky, Arthur pulls out a pen and a notebook. This could be a whole breakthrough. What are the other names?
Oh...
Haster seems to be thinking.
I have heard him called the Unspeakable One, the Feaster from Afar, the Lord of Interstellar Spaces, the Peacock King.
Haster huffs a little.
Because, so I am given to understand, his court and his city are home to great beauty of music and art.
Sure. Go on.
Zukolakov, Harazater, dweller in the depths.
Harzatre sounds a little like your name.
Alas, not similar enough. I can hardly imagine what it is to rule such vast worlds as he purportedly does.
Don't suck him off now.
Why not? You seem to enjoy the activity.
Asshole, Arthur mutters as Parker returns, clothed in yesterday's suit with one of Arthur's shirts. Get dressed already, says Parker, adjusting his tie. Yeah, You sure you need me to go with you? Like I said, I have to keep an eye on you. You're literally the only person who's ever survived one of these incidents, Arthur. You're it. You have to have seen or heard something of use. Arthur's mind is an investigator's mind. Parker had been talking about keeping an eye on him before the jail happened, so that didn't add up. I don't think I saw anything. He frowns. You're telling me there are no survivors? None? None. Fuck. Arthur runs his hand through his hair. Get dressed already. Yeah. Arthur heads to do that. So, my summon, by the way, has some news. What? The King in Yellow. He knows something. Parker's look is gimlet sharp. What? Arthur rattles off the list of names. Shit. He's sure it's an actual god? That's what he said. Does he know anything else? John?
Possibly. I am sorting memories now.
He's thinking. Parker rolls his eyes. Get dressed, Arthur. Arthur scowls at his tiny wardrobe a moment later. A fucker took my best shirt, he mutters.
Arthur.
I have an idea.
What idea?
We can use whatever else you know to make him come with us. That way, whatever your world-ending issue is, I have backup with 2 fucking eyes and 2 reliable hands. He can keep me where he can see me, or whatever he wants out of this, and everybody's happy. Pastor is silent while Arthur dresses.
That's not a bad idea.
So, now he's not the worst thing since sliced bread?
No, it's obvious you've made up your mind to accommodate him. I should have considered your hormonal needs over the last few years so we didn't end up in this position. The onus is on me.
My what? My fucking... Are you out of your...
I have something.
Give it to me.
I think I recognize the magic signature of the power in the jail.
Recognized?
We need to speak to a witch, to be sure. But yes, I'm 85% certain.
Okay. So this is big. Who would that be, and what would that mean?
I won't give you the answer until we are in the presence of a witch.
You haven't ever been this stubborn before.
We haven't had so much on the line before.
After a long moment, Arthur says, You mean it? You actually think this is going to destroy the world?
I know it will.
Why do you know it will?
I can't tell you until we are with the witch.
For fuck's sake. Arthur checks his tie and heads back out. Parker offers Arthur's spare hat. Only one you got left. Lost your other, I guess. There is a message here. Did you go through all my stuff, or just my coat rack? Parker smirks like a demon. Went through more than that. Parker, watching you for 5 fucking years. Parker waggles the hat. You gotta put up with me now. And it's too late. And Arthur is dying. They maybe could have had 5 years of something, instead of just lost night. So, this is how you deal with bad shit, huh? Deny it and move right along? He takes his hat. When it's unavoidable, yeah. No point moping. We're late. About to be later. My summon thinks he saw something. Give. Parker turns, focused like light, bouncing off a mirror. He thinks he might know who's behind what happened. Parker's impatience is visible. And? He says we need to get to a witch to verify it. And won't tell me until we go. Parker stares. Are you fucking serious? Dead serious. Tell me what he knows. Can't. He didn't tell me. He wants to get to the witch first. Parker's face tightens. Yep, that's anger. Very short wick. And that's why it was only a maybe regarding the last 5 years. Arthur is under no delusions that he deserves something good, but he doesn't want an angry lover. He's been weird since they told me I was free to go. Which makes sense, if he saw something he can't verify on his own. Stupid summon. If you'd just been smarter about your damned contract. Yeah, well, I wasn't. Arthur shrugs. Hey, you're the one who decided you wanted all this. Haven't gotten any smarter since 5 years ago, either. The anger leaves Parker's face. Can't argue that. Charmer? Okay. Witch. Let me make a phone call. Knock yourself out. Asta remains silent as Parker makes his call.